deals tons of damage, negates damage, whatever. When you just delete 2 seconds. That's the fastest I did that. Oh boy. Alright, welcome back my friends. Let's play a game. And this time of year, the financial black hole of Christmas is soon rapidly approaching on the horizon. So why don't we play some games that are free that you could play right now, right? So 9Kings, this is something that, you know, is already out at this point. You can buy it and play it. But I would heavily recommend the demo, and hopefully this little game will, well, this little video will show you why. Because more than anything, it's one of those really just fun and addictive kind of games where you will happily sink like an hour into it and not even notice. So let's jump in. Okay, so you get your choice of kings. These are unlockable ones, but we'll start with King of Nothing. And the idea is it's a roguelike card building strategy game. So you'll build like a little army, a little village, and then set it. Each turn is a battle that auto plays, but you can actively take part in. But I'll just show you the mechanics as we go. Multiple difficulty levels. We'll start with peasant and we'll just tick up with each king. So King of Nothing is like your generic fantasy lord. You always have enemies that you fight, always including one that is like your shadow. So let's place the castle, which you know, it's always your headquarters, top corner. And then easy trap to fall into is not placing a unit on the first turn, but you do need a knight, so throw that down. So fight against the King of Blood first of all. As the King of Nothing, I get to throw little rocks, which you can't hurt your own guys, you can only hurt the enemy, which is good. And each turn you get to pick a unit. I'm going to pick a card, as it were, because it's a roguelike. I'm going to pick Imp. Chuck down Blacksmith, so you've got your units that can actually fight your battles, and then you've got your buildings that can support them, and then you've got your enchantments that you can put onto your units to make them better when they fight. So Blacksmith every turn adds plus 2% attack damage to adjacent units and towers. You can see health 37, damage 8, hits per second is 0.25, so they're not particularly fast. The Imp you can only see once I've put it down, but yeah, Blacksmith. You want to put this stuff down early because it will just accumulate for as long as your kingdom exists. And everything's adjacent, affects adjacent things. Yeah, get him. My cat. Behave yourself. Yeah, there'll be a bit of screen tear, but these things happen. So King in Blood again. As you can see, we earn gold whenever we win battles. I am going to re-roll it because I don't fancy any of these. Cemetery Bomber's really good. I'm going to take that. Alright, so let's put the Imp down. It will just auto start battling, so we'll check the stats after the battle. So, King of Spells, nice and easy. They progressively get more difficult because as you improve your stacks, the enemy improves theirs, so to speak. Alright, so hovering over the imps, you can see health is like 12, damage is 1.5. They hit fast, but they're not particularly strong, whereas our knights hit for 8.32 damage now because of the blacksmith. And you'll notice the little pips under each icon, that indicates the amount of times you can level it up. If you've got two of the same card, so if I had another knight or another imp and laid it over, it upgrades it to the second or the third tier. It can't go above that. Castles can, but units typically can't. But the same applies for blacksmiths as well. If you've got a second blacksmith, it upgrades again. I'm going to stick down the wizard, because they're a really good ranged unit. They're slow, but they're powerful. King of Blood again. We've still not had King of Nothing. Or the Shadow King of Nothing. We'll just take Bomber again. Alright, fantastic. Rule decrees. These happen, I think, 3 times a run. So, attack speed of towers, damage range of area of attacks, and apply their effects one more time. Overwork, by far the best trait to have as King of Nothing. The fact that your buildings can just keep stacking their bonuses multiple times a turn, fantastic. Because each time you upgrade a building, it will do its effect a second or a third time. So Overwork takes that from 3 max to 4 max. Fantastic. Yeah, let's get the bomber down just to start upgrading it. Bombers are funny because they will run forward and explode and kill themselves instantly, but they will take out an enemy in the process very easily. Yes, run my little army man. Static's good. Shaman can be good with the right build. I'm going to take Castle to upgrade that. So just to show you what I mean about upgrading units with 2 of a kind. Base level, so damage is 25? It's either 25 or 15 because for whatever reason you can't scroll in or out, and this is just the resolution, so yeah, the text is just that small. Hit chance 1, crit chance 0%. Upgrade it, increases the amount of guys there, and all of a sudden they'll do more damage. Just destroyed. Fantastic. Okay, take Imp again. Health 16.25, so they're a little bit more durable before they explode. Damage is now 24, so it would have been 15 previously. Hits per second is 1 and crit chance is 0. So let's upgrade the Imps. So health 12, damage 1, and hits per second is 0.67. You see that double effect coming in from Overwork. And more imps, physically more imps. Oh, we've finally got our native King of Nothing. Yes, take them all out. We're going to... So, Wildcard is incredibly powerful. because you can just upgrade anything. Doesn't matter what you draw, you can just be like, oh, I need this unit to level up. Great, there you go. I'm going to take Farm just to start stacking more and more wizards and knights. And I'm going to throw that down now. So you see how right now our knights, if I can get the card to go down, we've only got 3 knights, right? And it won't increase unless we increase the level of the card. Chucking down a farm, it will just continue to add 1 to an adjacent army regardless, every single turn. Regardless of unit limits, anything, it will just keep adding 1. So for things that typically come in very small numbers, farm, fantastic pull. Chuck that down. There you go. And because of Overwork, we get 2 effects of it rather than just 1. Okay, what do we want? Demon's Altar is incredibly good. So summons 1 demon per level, so you can't ever actually increase the stats of the demons through replicate cards. You can only get more of them. Demon's Altar summons 1, level 2 summons 2, and so on. But for each dead ally, it gets permanently 0.5% stronger. Combines great with Bomber, because when they die, boosts the Demon's Altar. And in the later levels, they become incredibly powerful. So we're going to chuck that down in the corner. So all of the effects so far have been adjacent, right? Blacksmith is affecting all the units around it because they're all directly adjacent. Diagonals are not a thing, won't affect them, right? Farm, same again. It'll affect the wizards, it'll affect the knights. It has no effect on the imps or the bombers. Demon's Altar, top left, because they can't affect it, it can't affect them. Wonderful. Out of the way in the corner. So start battle, summons a little demon. Shut these down. Like 2 seconds, no issue at all. Spire's really good because it just heals units all battle. Let's upgrade our wizards. Alright, great. So at some point in the run you have to declare war and have another king thrown into the lineup. Nature and King of Greed gives access to elves, gives access to thieves, but you can increase attack speed as well, which is really powerful. I'm going to go King of Greed because you can increase attack speed. So these are my new enemies. There'll be a point later on where I can then choose one to go away forever, so I don't have to worry about them. It also affects an event coming up at towards the end of the run. Yeah, upgrade the wizards. Upgrading your base can be kind of a trap, because you think, oh yeah, super powerful, my rocks right now only do 10. You can upgrade them to like 13 or 16 damage. They're still not doing a lot, right? So you just think, don't worry about it. Different kings have different headquarters that do different things, but we'll look at that in the run. Steel coat is so good. Farm as well. Get that up to 3. I'm going to take steel coat because you can replicate. You can upgrade a plot through wild cards or matching cards. You can't get steel coat other than through purchasing it, which we're going to see in a minute, or just drawing it randomly. Steel coat cancels the very first hit the target unit would take every battle. That as an enchantment stacks. So the first hit gets cancelled, the second hit gets cancelled. Will not work on bombers because they have to die in order for that effect to trigger. So steel coat on knights, get that on there. So you'll see, yeah, the damage on the knights, 0s, right? That first hit is negated. And the damage is coming from the demons because they're ranged, technically. They look like they'd be close combat, they're not, they're ranged unit. Just upgrade imps again. Okay, great. So this is the merchant. Gives you a chance to buy the things you need, but at a steep price that increases. So you can look at these 6 and go, oh, I don't like these, reroll for 10. But then that cost increases. Rerolling does not increase the cost of a card. Buying a card increases the cost of the card, and buying a card does not increase the cost of a reroll. So you can kind of reroll once and go, wild card is so good. I'm not going to take steel coat, I can always draw that. Wild card, so it's gone from 30 to 45. Procreate is good, just to add 9 to something. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Leave. So you always have a sort of max hand of 3. You have to go down from 3 to 2 for the next round to trigger. So you've basically got, at this point, if you buy a load of cards from the merchant, the ability to place multiple cards, which we're going to do. We're going to upgrade the blacksmith, and we're going to procreate the knights. Yeah, the imps are health 15, the wizards are health 10. I'm going to put steel coat on the wizards because they will die so fast. These little guys at the back that I'm stone throwing out of existence, they're these shamans. They will buff a unit. As a unit is buffed, it gets bigger and bigger. The bigger something is visually, the more damage it will do. You can have giant units that are dealing hundreds of points of damage per swing. It's ridiculous. Library's really good to replicate enchantments. I will take that. Thank you very much. Chuck that down. Failed, but copied the coat on the knights, so they've now got 2 stacks. Okay, cool. So the little yellow guys running in the back, they are thieves. And because I protected my wizards, they're not dying instantly. Good. Alright, clear that out. Midas Touch is really good. Do I want to take Dispenser? I'll tell you what I want. There's a tower you can get. Beacon. Adds +2 to the attack speed of adjacent units and towers. Only problem I have, right? I got no space to put it. At this point, a obelisk will appear and let me pick an extra open lot to place units, or you name it. I can't do that with the beacon to get increased attack speed, because all it's going to do is affect one thing until I expand around it, right? It's not a good choice. I can't... I could re-roll. What am I re-rolling into? Because the Yellow King's good, but I don't really like it, right? I don't think he's that great. Thieves are really powerful. Love thieves. Mercenaries, if you're raking in the gold, really powerful. But the rest, not for me. We've got a great front line with the imps, the bombers and the knights. We could always do with more wizards. we could get another range unit, but I'm just going to continue to upgrade these guys and the buildings that boost them. So instead I'm going to focus, if I can get like some attack towers, let's do that. So imps are currently level 2, let's give them max level, done. Oh, the 2 failed attempts on the library. It is what it is. Yes, kill the imps with lots of rocks. Easy. If you buff your army right, you can just blitz through enemies in the early game. Alright, Demon's Army. Oh, Demon's Altar. Yeah, let's upgrade that. I mean, you could put a second one down, so you're getting 2. You're going to get 2 regardless. I personally find it's better to just keep upgrading a single stack to max than it is to go, right, I'm going to spread this out. If you can get, like, elves are a great range unit, possibly one of the strongest in the game. You can get 2 max stacks of elves, you'll just delete army, like this army of wizards, they'd all be dead instantly. Library. Not a shadow of a doubt. Ah, I wanted another overwork. You can get duplicates of the royal decrees. 3 random plots, surefied the units, gunpowder, range damage attacks. I've only got the wizards. Summon units are 50% stronger. That's the demons. So, warhorns. Library down. Like the castle, I could just leave that until later. There is no stress. It's King of Blood again, so the bombers are going to get in, but like our knights are just walking through things because the stacks of the impervious armour, they just ignore it. Bomber again, have I upgraded them to max? No, we'll just take that. Easy choice. There you go. Yes! 3 stacks. So they're ignoring something insane like the first 5 hits. Just nothing. Just no damage to the knights at all. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. What are the chances? Unit causes area damage equal to 20% of its attack when it kills an enemy. Yeah, that's good. Combustion is good on the bombers because it just spreads. Make peace with the king. I'm tired of the King of Blood. King of Greed will ruin me with... He'll ruin me with thieves, but thieves are also really fun. Peace with King of Blood. I've got enough. These are my enemies. Fantastic. Combustion on the bombers, without a shadow of a doubt. More stacks of steel. They just will not die. Glorious. I don't think any of the knights died at all. Spend 30 gold every turn. It's a single turn, overinvest. That is good in the late game, to be fair. Take that. So, castle. Yes, more stacks of steel coat. Knights that will just refuse to die. Because even once all the stacks of steel coat are worn off, right, that doesn't mean they're suddenly out of the game. That only means that you've then got to go through their hit points. Steel coat again. Wild card again. Archers, they're fine. But at this point, you know, we don't have the time to really upgrade them, so we're going to ignore it. Wild card. Just to freely upgrade any plot we like. We got rid of the King of Blood. I will not have any other ability to upgrade Demon's Altar. And these are strong demons that are coming out. 178 health or whatever. 42 damage when they hit because they just continue to grow. Only by 0.5%. But you see the amount of units we lose, especially with the bombers. So wildcard, Demon Altar, without a shadow of a doubt. Just get it on. Yes, more steel coat. I mean, bless them, the thieves just don't stand a chance at all. Yeah, dispenser. Gets plus 1% attack speed for each 1 gold you earn. I believe that's per turn, but I could be wrong. Mercenaries are good, they just gradually grow in number if you've got more gold. So if you have no gold, you have one guy, I think. +3 gold at the beginning of every round, or the end of every round. He's good at the start of the game. We're mid to late. Spencer. Oh, we could have another space. Great. Tell you what, if I can get a beacon, I'll throw it down there. At this point, it's probably not likely. Little turrets like watchtowers and things, they are useful, but they cannot win your battles for you by themselves. You need stuff, right? Just not just walk forwards. No damage, no stress. Library. Have we maxed out the library? We haven't. Also, how many stacks? I think that's either 14 or 24 stacks. Refuse to die. Library. Alright, what we got? More thieves! More thieves! More thieves. Vault, mortgage, mercenary. I don't like any of those. Reroll. Thieves, they are good. They are a good unit. I don't have the space allocated for them to make them really good. Like, you know, if I had space next to the blacksmith or next to the farm. But they are really good. Midas Touch is always fun, especially combined with mercenary. I just reroll again. Overinvest. Fortify, I don't care about the level. Gunpowder. Attack increase of all troops and towers. The majority of our stuff is troops. So, yeah, absolutely. Castle upgrade. Because this is a lot of wizards now. You think at the start of the game we were only fighting like 1 or 2 guys. Now we've got like, it was over in like 2 seconds. Combustion. I think we put that on our bombers. Yeah, so we'll just stack that on them. Oh man, he's got quite an army of knights there. If only mine didn't have like multiple stacks of coats of steel or whatever it's called. And just ignore it all. Oh, another blacksmith! Oh, that would be good. Just continue to increase the attack. But what's better than more attack is more men on the ground. That is abusable. This is a hard one, because I need to leave 60 gold. Right, so 2 cards in hand, overinvest, costs 30 to play, right? Spend 30 gold, increase all the stats of a unit by 15%. Wonderful. 60, I could go 1, but then I can't purchase anything. What do I want? Oh, wizards. They're not max level. There you go, easy choice. Take them, we're done. Goodbye, merchant. Chuck down the farm, get the bonuses. Oh, yeah, of course. 3 down to 2. There you go, max level. The knights are still basic level. Bosh. God, they just don't stand a chance. Lovely. Yeah, we've maxed out the library, so that's not really worth it. Static, sure, why not? So if I chuck static on these guys right now, you can guarantee the library's going to prioritise static over steel coat, right? It's just going to start levelling that up again and again and again. Not great. Static instead, chuck on the imps. Start building that up. Yep. Alright, let's see what we got. Just splat them with rocks. I mean, it's only 16 damage, but that's the thing at this point. Use it. Done in seconds. Even better, steel coat. Okay, great. King of Spells is here. Fantastic. So, keyword, we must use all of our resources. You have to use all of your cards. Something we've not looked at yet is this little pool. Discard a card here and skip turn in exchange for, I think it's 9 gold, because the gun turret is covering what it says, right? So even if you get to this point and you've got a bunch of units you want to put down but no spaces, doesn't matter, chuck them in the well, turn it into gold, because you have to use them. This is why I've saved the overinvest, because all of a sudden our knights here at 37 health, where is it? 37 health, 35.5 damage, hitting 0.25 seconds, crit chance 5%, great. Overinvest once, 15% stat boost, so they're now 42.55% health, 40 damage a hit, with 23 steel coat stacks. Overinvest them again, 48, so nearly 50 health a guy. Like, some of these units will do like 1 point of damage. They are not getting touched. Imps are fine, wizards fine, bombers are fine. Steel coat onto the imps because it's funny. Oh, 3 more stacks. Alright, we've got a boss fight. Each boss has unique abilities, right? Deals tons of damage, negates damage, whatever. We just delete 2 seconds. That's the fastest I did that. Oh boy. So then we get into endless mode. This is where the real men from the boys are separated. Okay, great. So continue playing. It will just keep going until you lose, because the challenges get gradually harder and harder. The armies get harder and harder until you can't physically win. But what's the return on that investment? The realm expending tower is now there forever. It will not go. You can just click on it, spend 30 gold and plop them around. Wonderful. Our little dispenser. Terrible. Oh yeah, and after defeating the guy, they just refresh your hand with 3 random cards from the guy that you killed. So wizard, library, and spire. Do I want to put any of these down? Upgrade wizards? Already done. I can't actually do anything. I can show you the pond of misery. I just chuck something in it and get 9 gold and skip the turn. But all of your static effects go off, right? All the buffs. So it's never wasted. God, just destroying them. Dispenser. Easy. Easy pick. Speaking of which, let's upgrade it. Boom! Level 2. Double barrel dispenser. Look at all these wizards. And it's a shame for the King of Spells, because if he had more shamans, they'd be a massive threat. Honestly, because all those wizards would just have ridiculous power output. But because they don't, they're pretty bad. Combustion. Slap that on... I'll tell you what, no, we got 33 gold. Let's upgrade wizards, because we're going to need them. Slap that down. Because then at least we can get... They will die very quickly, but at least we get more of them, and then that feeds the demon tower. So, like, these little guys are going to teleport and just kill those wizards instantly. Like, just all those stacks of steel coat just being ignored, like, just no care at all. Oh, Thief is great. We can expand into it now, because we've got time. Combustion on the bombers, nice and easy. Yes, more men. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. Look at these knights. Gone instantly because our wizards are so powerful. We finally see Scout Tower. Shoots a single powerful arrow. Trash. Ignore. Farms good. Steel coat is always better. Put it on the wizards. Fortify. Feast. Exploration. Doubles the maximum HP of all active current troops. Brilliant. So our knights right now, 48.93 health. That's before, well, that's after the enemy gets through 27 stacks of steel coat. Double it. They're now 97 health. My goodness. Steel coat on wizards, goes without saying. There you go, another one. Another one. Who knew I would have one of my best runs by just obliterating with steel coat. That's a hard one. Because they were going through the wizards. None of those. Reroll. Dispenser. Get that down. Max level dispenser, so now it's shooting even faster for more damage. And it will continue to do so as I generate more gold. So, you see, this is the thing, you get to the point where the game can't process the damage that's been thrown out. 226 damage! Wildcard, that's shadow of a doubt. What do I want to use it on? Blacksmith hasn't been upgraded to max, so get it up to max. 4 fails in the library! That hurts. That hurts, man. Like, now you're seeing the nonsense, because those thieves just walked through the wizards for the most part. Look at all those zeros! Because the game is actively trying to rig it in favour of itself. But because we've got just so many ridiculous... Wow, destroy a max level plot and get 30 gold. Ooh, trash. Just take the dispenser for later. And by later, I mean right now. Why not? Demolish that tree, build a dispenser. Oh, more steel coat, even better. Just keep it going. Like nothing. The rock did nothing. Not that it didn't actually do any damage, the damage wasn't recognised. Because there's so much happening at this point. 260 damage on a hit. Good. Keep it going. I can finally upgrade the knights. There's something that's not happened yet. Bam! Level 2. More steel coat. Yeah, for some reason, King of Greed, his army is only ever thieves and mercenaries. That's it. Those are the 2 units he has. They're just refusing to die. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Man, just absurd levels. Bin it off, dispenser. Oh, the overinvest! I should have picked overinvest. Oh, I don't want to add either of these. King of Blood should benefit us more. Yep, dispenser up to level 2. Yes. Look at all those wizards! Oh, it did actually connect. God, just gone. Gone in seconds. Glorious. Combustion again. I could put it on my knights, but then the library's going to start replicating that. I just want the steel coat stacks to just keep going. I'm going to stick it on the imps. Just keep stacking combustion because it's good. When they die, they're just going to do more damage from their death. So great. What's better, a powerful hit or a really powerful hit? Look at these the little thieves. The little thieves are the worst. And you might wonder, right, so at this point I'm doing really well. How do I lose this game if my army's so amazing? Once the enemy's destroyed all of your units, they beeline for your castle. Destroy that, the game's over. They ignore all the intervening buildings, they do nothing. That's it, simple as that. Reroll. Overinvest, there it is. That's what we want. Oh, we got the merchant. The merchant's really good at this point. Farm. Yeah, farm. Get that going. Because if I can just gamble on when I think I'm about to lose, I could just boost my knights even more. My knights that are in the 100 digits for their health at this point. So farm that one. It's having the most effect. Oh yeah, it's got to go down, hasn't it? Ooh, baby. Can't expand. I've got to overinvest. I've got to do it now. 3% stat boost. It's meant to be 50. Oh no, because I don't have enough gold. Oh, what a waste. I'm going to blame that on you, cat baby. Look at all these wizards. This is absurd. No, they managed to get through. It finally happened, boys. The run's over. We can't come back from this. They're too powerful. Yep, the game will just cheese them into winning at this point. You can see what I mean about the size increase with the shamans. Yep, there you go. So the screen goes red. That means your last units are gone. The towers will pathetically try to slow them down, but, you know, they're just not doing enough. But the fun thing is the game's not actually over, because once you lose one life, you still have two more. Wizard. Wizard onto that stack, get them up, get more powerful. We don't have the gold to do anything else because we lost. If you lose, you generate no gold. This evil hell army. Absorbed in 2 seconds. Explodes, causing 10% HP damage. Wonderful, take that. Put it on the bombers. Even better. Yes, more steel coat. Oh, those thieves! They're just so good. Look how big the demons are! Look at this! Look at all the deaths! Making the demons even more powerful. To the point where the damage is just in the hundreds constantly. No! Oh, that one thief. Can I splat him with a rock? Ah, he's done it. That's the second health. Dispenser. We've still not got the gold. Come on, behave yourself. What are you... No. That way. That way. God, the size of the demons we summon at this point is absurd. God, that took like 2 seconds. Yeah, Carnage. Fortify Loan. Loan is helpful, potentially. Units and towers have 20% crit damage just on top of everything else. Yeah, Eyeglass. Carnage on the bombers, so their death now goes up by 20%. Is it damage? 20 damage? Either or. So the boulder just did nothing. All those stacks of steel coat just getting bled away at this point. Oh no, the unending wall of knights. This is the last one then. Go on. Go on. Splat him with a rock. No, it's all over. These statistics. Ridiculous. The knights themselves killed 37,000 units. My goodness. Or at least 37,000 points of damage. But yes, that's it. That's it. You level up your lord at the end of it. And before you know it, you're on to the next game. So, that is 9Kings, simply put. Again, this is just the demo, but, you know, 40 minutes later, here we are, and the temptation is to go immediately into another game. Because it's like, oh, if I just change that strategy a bit, maybe I could get even further. But there are tons of kings to choose from in the demo. Sadly, the King of Nature is locked, so you don't get to just stack ridiculous elf stacks from day one. And they tease at 2 more, this duck and this rock lord inspired dude, as well as the mysterious coming soon ones that are in the full game. But honestly, it is fantastic fun. I highly recommend that you give it a go. Just play the demo. You don't have to buy the full game. Play the demo and just see what you think. Because it's one of those games where it's free to play, but it's just really addictive and fun. And there's no microtransactions, there's none of that rubbish, just good, honest deck building fun. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a change of pace. It's a video game. I don't normally do video game videos, but I wanted to do this because it was fun. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.